I share with you about the platform, let me say a few words about the Gülen Institute. It was established in 2007 as a joint initiative of the University of Houston and the Institute of Interfaith Dialogue. The Institute aims at promoting academic research as well as grassroots activities, namely the establishment of stable peace, harmony, and social justice by focusing on the themes of education, volunteerism, and civic initiatives. While we acknowledge the very important role of government policies, we believe that any lasting solution to any fundamental problem of humanity has to involve the civic initiative and has to include the education component. We also believe that bringing people of diverse ethnic, religious, and cultural backgrounds together around common, shared human values, hopes, and concerns of humanity is a crucial asset. We envision a world, community, in which people from all divisions of life interact with each other and cooperate to serve their communities, thereby strengthening civil society and promoting the development of human values. The Secretary of State of Oklahoma, Honorable Susan Savage, before I'll have you be seated, I'll invite you to the podium to say a few words. Please, welcome to the podium. And then you'll be seated.
I was saying to the Consul General, because Oklahoma is in his region, that he and I have seen more of each other in Texas than we have actually in Oklahoma. I think this opportunity to engage in this kind of discussion at the close of what has been in our country one of the most remarkable weeks of my lifetime is a wonderful testimony to both democracy, government, and the will of the people here in our country. I look forward to this panel because I think we heard from our new president a challenge to us to think differently about how we as citizens engage in our political and democratic process, how we approach problem solving, and how we use the resources available to us to really forge together in an unprecedented fashion a new way of doing business in this country. I look forward to that challenge. I think as someone whose history began as a community organizer in the city of Tulsa, from that I became the mayor of Tulsa for 10 years and now serve as the Secretary of State, which is an appointed position in the state of Oklahoma. I have found that the ability to move and to harness the talents of people in a community is really what reflects upon the government in that community across the state and across the nation. So this should be an interesting discussion. I'm very pleased and honored to be with you and look forward to sharing our ideas. Thank you very much.
It is a pleasure to be here, and it was interesting. We had a meeting last week, I think it was, where I asked the question. I said, well, what do you expect? What do you want to get out of this dialogue? What are the rules of the game, if you will? And there were no rules. That's what I heard. That it is, we just want to have people come together to have an opportunity to talk. And obviously, when you think about interfaith dialogue, I think there's nothing better than people talking and having an opportunity to, what I kind of gathered out of our conversation is really to share different best practices. And as we start talking about things that we're doing in our respective cities, our respective states, our respective organizations, and ways in which we can help to promote diversity, help to promote that type of dialogue, which obviously, as the Madam Secretary just mentioned a moment ago, an initiative that our new president has really thrown out there for all of us to grab hold of. So I'm honored to be here today, and I want to thank all of you for taking the time to come here. I understand we're going to be here for the next 7 hours, so it's going to be a great dialogue. Look forward to it. God bless you.
Honorable guests, Madam Secretary, welcome to the Dialog of Civilizations Platform. I'd like to say a few words before we begin the panel about the purpose and the vision of this platform. The platform is named the Dialog of Civilizations. Admittedly, the term civilization is a contested term. What do you mean by that? There is culture in it, there is religion in it, ethnicity, language, tradition, definitely values. But we would like to leave that discussion behind and actually focus on our lives. Obviously, we come from very different backgrounds. Increasingly, we live in places where there's much more diversity than used to be. Given our diverse backgrounds, can we tap into our resources, our values in particular, our experiences, our visions, our perspectives, and work with each other to solve the problems that we have in our present community and the society at large? So the purpose of this platform is to bring the leaders and the opinion makers of various diverse backgrounds and to give them a chance to discuss freely their views on the society's problems or their visions of the society, and bring fresh perspectives, not very well-known perspectives, into these issues, and hopefully bring together people who would not otherwise consider coming together. Maybe for this particular meeting, that may not be happening because many of us know each other from previous meetings, but the vision of the platform is that we would like to bring together people who wouldn't otherwise think about coming together. In terms of the values, the role of values in addressing various issues that we face in our society, we are fully aware that the values of the people is just one dimension of a multidimensional problem. But that is the one dimension that we can tap into. That's a resource that is so powerful, that can generate other dimensions, that can generate other tools and mechanisms to solve these problems and to take the society or the community to a particular point that we envision. That's why we start with the values instead of directly with the government policy or particular political mechanisms and etc. So we do expect, we have a big vision for the platform for the future, but everything big starts small with people who believe in that vision. So hopefully we will try to cultivate this vision in this first meeting, and hopefully we'll all see it be nurtured and grow and become that vision. Thank you.
Like I said a moment ago, I had the opportunity to meet with them all this last week, and in just sitting down and talking about what we're looking to accomplish here. And the best way, I think, to say it is really a series of best practices. Because I think everyone knows that there are so many different issues that are taking place in our own communities, and trying to find ways that maybe something that's been done in a particular community, a particular state, a particular country, is something that could be replicated throughout other cities, other areas. And that was what I wanted to start out talking about. I think it would be fantastic if each one of us, I'm sure each one of us has a particular issue that we would like to discuss and open up for dialogue. But I would like to share one thing, and that is I was just giving a speech to 7th graders at Dulles Middle School. It was today was career day, so I spoke for a full hour to a bunch of 7th graders.